Alright, so what's going on everyone, it's Augie, and before we get into the video, I just want to let you all know that if you are new to the channel and you haven't already subscribed, then make sure you go and hit that subscribe button, because at the moment on the channel, over 88% of you guys that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, enjoy the video. So by now, it's already striked over a year since the big announcement of the Bleach anime coming back, and since then, not many things have popped out regarding any huge news about the Return of the Bleach anime. But along those lines, there have been some things I've personally seen around, and since my last video talking about the Bleach anime, I kind of wanted to regroup some of my thoughts and personal opinions that have been talked about by some fellow Bleach YouTubers, and some slight news and hints that have been thrown around within the center of the Bleach community. So to take that into account, since you guys love the Bleach videos so much, I thought I might as well cover a couple things that maybe you guys missed out on since the last video, and go over some of my thoughts on the future of this anime and when it will potentially come out. So with that being said, let's dive into some of my thoughts and future hopes for the return of the Bleach anime. So to kind of come to an understanding about the entire situation revolving around the announcement of the anime, basically for those of you who are new here and are just wondering what exactly is going on with the entire continuation of the Bleach anime, well, back in March as of last year, there was an announcement to cover over a couple things revolving around the entire franchise of Bleach. Many things got announced, but the main thing to take away from it all was the big reveal of the anime of Bleach to be returning. The only thing though is that since then, we haven't got the slightest bit of confirmation news regarding when it will return. But here's the thing though, every so often people within the industry will come out and answer questions regarding things revolving around the anime here and there. So at this point, it's basically like struggling to put the puzzle pieces together, especially to someone who doesn't know anything about the industry. But if I were to give you an educated guess on just when I think it might return from this point on, I would say since the announcement back in March, I could see it coming around sometime next year in between summer through fall. Because with all the time and direction they need to make this as the best it can be, it doesn't surprise me that they're trying to make the best Bleach production that they can possibly provide. And if we think about it, Shonen Jump as of right now only has a few of their series in the weekly lineup of anime, so this just gives us more of the opportunity to have some of the best animators and directors on board to take part on working on the Bleach anime. And with only One Piece, My Hero Academia, and Boruto currently running on air from Shueisha, I wouldn't be surprised within the time and effort being put into the anime that we get some level of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba tier of animation and cinematography from potentially a seasonal if not weekly anime. Which reminds me, I think since Black Clover, there hasn't been anything running weekly other than One Piece, so the possibility that Bleach being weekly might just be the one to count on. But with how seasonal or more so the popular choice nowadays, I think business wise and in terms of production, the possibility of Bleach being seasonal just might be the correct outcome. Now, one thing I forgot to mention last time was that of in-canon filler, and I think since we know Kubo wants this to be the true picture of Bleach, he's most definitely going to add in some things to flesh out more of the manga within the anime. This means that everything from backstories to fights to character development, everything within that range should be more thought out and at the very least have a bit more meaning to it than from what was portrayed in the manga. We know that Kubo got sick and had to cut things short, so it's only right that the Bleach anime will get the proper treatment it needs to fulfill the entirety of what Kubo originally desired. Also, as of right now, there still hasn't been much news regarding the studio preferences and choices, but if things are like usual, then Peria and Madhouse should be the ones taking full control over the studio production on the Bleach anime. And that as mentioned, I don't think it necessarily is likely for there to be any filler within the anime, because it's just not as popular as it used to be back in the day, and if they do it, it most likely won't even be filler at all, but it's something like maybe adapting the light novel, although I could also see those as movies and maybe an OVA of some sort later on after the conclusion of the 1000-Year Blood War arc. But all in all, I just don't think it's likely for filler to pop back up within the Bleach anime, because the manga is already completed, so there's no point in adapting something that's not necessary. And the only reason they did it back then was because the anime would catch up to the manga, so it just ended up being something that the studio and production had to do to keep the anime on air. And not to mention, we should also expect the same composers to make a reappearance on the OSTs for the anime. I think for a majority they miss composing for Bleach, so it's almost like this has been something they've been waiting for so very long. And like I said earlier, I don't think filler is a needed possibility, nor do I think it's likely, but for the light novels of Bleach, this could be a perfect time for an adaptation for them after the anime has concluded, just like how Volume 0 of Jujutsu Kaisen is being adapted. This is something I found apparent where shonen series typically take canon content and adapt it into reality within the anime. This stuff just works nowadays, especially for a shonen series like Bleach. And I almost forgot, on top of just the anime, the miscellaneous stuff revolving around Bleach is going to skyrocket. But that's just natural when it comes to a new release of a shonen series, so I wouldn't be surprised if we got a new game or something else big to do with the release of the anime. But with that out of the way, is something as big as the ending being changed in the anime a possibility waiting to come? Well, if you ask me, I think it all just really depends on the direction Kubo decides to take it in. I think that Kubo initially got the main course of the ending resolved within the manga, just the execution and how he went about it was quite poor even for his own standards. So what I can assume is that Kubo will try his best to get his full ideal purpose on within the anime by fleshing out more of the fights, characters, and dialogue throughout the last moments of the arc, to fully get his image and what he imagined for for the original ending in the manga. But next, and probably the biggest question you might be asking yourself, is when should we be expecting a trailer for the anime? Because as most of you know, I've been covering this topic for over a year now, and I know to some of you this might be getting a bit repetitive. So when should we expect a for sure trailer? And to give you an honest answer, I generally would guess somewhere around late this year in December during Jump Festa. If not the latest I think possible would be Anime Japan in March of 2022. All this just really depends on whether or not we get a poster first or at the same time, just like how JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 got announced both with a key visual and a trailer for the announcement. All in all, it's all looking really good for the Bleach anime, and hope the next time another Bleach video rolls around, we get some good news regarding the anime and everything to do with the production. And as always everyone, I'll be sure to let you all know if anything major comes up from the return of the Bleach anime. But anyways everyone, thanks to you all who made it to the end of the video. I hope you all did enjoy the video. I know a lot of people do have some mixed opinions about everything that is revolving around Bleach during this time, but I'm sure we're in good hands. But anyways, make sure before you click off the video to drop a comment on your thoughts on the video and let me know your overall thoughts on how you feel about the recent news revolving around Bleach. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join the Discord if you have not already. We got the Discord up and running again, so join the Discord in the link in the description box down below. And with that everyone, my Twitter is @AnimeAugie, and I'll make sure to catch each and every single one of you guys in the next video. Peace.